Cold rain poured down like needles from the sky. Anna Lynn stood on the rooftop of the Lynn Group building, her thin white dress soaked and clinging to her body. The city lights below blurred into a sea of colors through the tears filling her eyes. Everything was over. Just hours ago, the news had exploded across the internet. Lynn family daughter involved in corporate fraud. Anna Lynn embezzles millions from Lynn Group. Her phone had not stopped ringing. Reporters, strangers, angry shareholders. Everyone wanted a statement from the woman who had supposedly betrayed her own family company. But Anna knew the truth. She had been framed. Behind her, the rooftop door opened slowly. Anna didn't need to turn around to know who it was. A soft voice spoke. "Anna, you really disappointed Dad." Anna's fingers trembled slightly. "Lily." She finally turned around. Lily Lynn stood under the dim rooftop light, holding a black umbrella. Her delicate face looked full of pity, but her eyes carried a faint coldness. Anna laughed weakly. "Are you satisfied now?" Lily tilted her head slightly, pretending to be confused. "What do you mean?" Anna took a shaky step forward. "The fake financial files. The anonymous report. The transfer records in my name." Her voice cracked. "You planned everything." For a moment, Lily was silent. Then the gentle expression on her face slowly disappeared. A faint smile appeared instead. "You're smarter than I thought." Anna felt as if her chest had been stabbed. "So it really was you." Lily sighed as if she were tired. "Anna, you were always so naive." She stepped closer, her heels clicking softly against the wet ground. "You think the Lynn family has room for 2 daughters?" Anna's heart pounded. "Dad trusts you more. The shareholders like you. Even David started defending you." Lily's voice became colder. "If you stayed, where would that leave me?" Anna shook her head in disbelief. "We're sisters." Lily laughed softly. "No, Anna. You're just the daughter Dad had before he married my mother." The words hit like a blade. Anna suddenly remembered all the little things from the past. Her father cancelling dinners. Grace smiling politely but never warmly. Lily always acting sweet in front of others. And Anna, always believing they were family. The rain grew heavier. Anna whispered hoarsely, "So you destroyed my life for that?" Lily shrugged. "You destroyed it yourself. You trusted people too easily." The rooftop door opened again. Another figure stepped out. Anna's heart sank. Her stepmother, Grace Lynn. Grace walked slowly toward them, perfectly elegant even in the storm. "Lily, it's time to go." She looked at Anna calmly, as if looking at a stranger. "Anna, the police will arrive soon." Anna felt the world spinning. "Even you." Grace's voice remained gentle. "You should take responsibility for your mistakes." Anna laughed bitterly. "Mistakes? You forged the evidence." Grace said nothing. That silence was the answer. Anna felt the last piece of her heart break. Suddenly her phone vibrated again. She looked down. A message notification appeared. David Lynn. Her older brother. The only person who had ever shown her a little kindness. With trembling fingers, she opened the message. Only one sentence appeared. "Anna, did you really do it?" Tears slid down her face. Even David doubted her. There was nothing left. Anna looked at the edge of the rooftop. The city wind roared loudly. Lily's voice came from behind her. "You should just admit it. It will make things easier." Anna slowly stepped backward toward the edge. Grace frowned slightly. "Anna, don't be dramatic." Anna suddenly smiled. A quiet, broken smile. "You're right. I trusted the wrong people." She looked at Lily. "Enjoy the life you stole." Before anyone could react, Anna stepped back. The world flipped upside down. Wind screamed in her ears as she fell. Lights rushed toward her. For a brief moment, Anna felt strange calm. So this was the end. If only. If only she had known the truth sooner. If only she had another chance. Darkness swallowed everything. Anna suddenly gasped. Her body jerked upright. Air rushed into her lungs like she had been drowning. Her heart hammered wildly. She was alive. Anna looked around in confusion. She was sitting in a car. The familiar leather seats. The soft hum of the engine. Her assistant's voice came from the front. "Miss Anna, we've arrived." Anna froze. Her eyes slowly moved toward the car window. Outside stood a tall glass building. The huge silver letters on the entrance read, "Lin Group." Anna's breathing stopped. This place. Her hands began to shake. She quickly grabbed the phone beside her. The date on the screen flashed clearly. June 3rd. Anna's eyes widened in disbelief. This was the day. The exact day everything had started. 3 months before the scandal. 3 months before her death. Anna pressed her hand against her chest. Her heartbeat was real. Her memories were real. She hadn't died. Or rather, she had died. And returned. The assistant turned around slightly. "Miss Anna. The meeting starts in 10 minutes. Anna slowly leaned back in the seat. Outside the window, employees walked into the building normally, unaware of the storm that once destroyed her life. But this time, Anna's trembling gradually stopped. Her eyes slowly became calm, cold, sharp. She picked up her phone again. In her previous life, Lily had sent an anonymous report to the board today. The evidence file should already be in the company system. Anna opened the company cloud drive. Her fingers moved quickly. Search. Finance department. Confidential files. There it was. Project Aurora, transfer records. The exact document that framed her. Anna stared at the file silently. Then she smiled faintly. Lily. Her finger tapped the screen. Delete. The file disappeared instantly. Anna closed her phone. Outside, the tall building of Lin Group reflected the morning sunlight. In her previous life, this had been the beginning of her downfall. But now, Anna opened the car door slowly. Her heels touched the ground. She looked up at the building with calm eyes. This time, she whispered softly, "I'll rewrite the ending." Morning sunlight streamed through the tall glass windows of the Lin Group headquarters. Employees hurried across the marble lobby, greeting each other politely as another busy day began. Anna Lin walked inside calmly, her heels clicking softly against the floor. In her previous life, she had entered this building with confidence and excitement. She had believed she was helping her family company grow. Now she knew better. Every person she passed looked the same as before. Nothing had changed. Except her. The receptionist immediately stood up. "Good morning, Miss Anna." Anna nodded slightly. "Good morning." Her calm voice surprised even herself. Last time, she had rushed nervously to the meeting room that day, unaware that the trap had already been set. But now she had already removed the fake evidence file. The first piece of Lily's plan was gone. Anna stepped into the elevator and pressed the button for the executive floor. As the doors closed, her phone vibrated. A message appeared. "Lily, sister, are you already at the company? Dad wants everyone at lunch today." Anna stared at the screen. Even the messages were the same. In her previous life, she had replied warmly, "Of course. See you later." Back then, she still believed Lily cared about her. Anna slowly typed a different response. "Anna, I'm busy today. Maybe next time." She sent it. A few seconds passed. Then 3 dots appeared on the screen. Then disappeared. Anna smiled faintly. Lily was probably surprised. The elevator doors opened. The executive floor was quiet and elegant, with large offices and long hallways covered in soft carpets. Anna walked directly toward the conference room. Inside, several department managers were already waiting. The moment she entered, their conversation stopped briefly. In the past, many of them had doubted her ability. Some believed she was only working here because she was the chairman's daughter. Anna remembered their expressions very clearly. But she also remembered something else. 2 weeks from now, this same group would support Lily when the scandal appeared. Because they thought Anna was weak. Today, she would change that impression. Anna placed her documents on the table. "Shall we begin?" The meeting continued for nearly an hour. Anna presented several ideas about improving the company's online marketing strategy. Unlike before, she spoke confidently and directly. The managers exchanged surprised glances. When the presentation finished, one of them finally spoke. "Miss Anna, this plan is quite detailed." Anna nodded. "I've been researching it for a while." That was technically true. In her previous life, the idea had appeared months later. Now she simply used it earlier. Another manager looked impressed. "If we launch this campaign soon, it could increase sales significantly." Anna closed her laptop calmly. "Then we should start preparing immediately." The managers nodded in agreement. For the first time, Anna noticed respect in their eyes. Just then, the conference room door opened. A tall man stepped inside. David Lynn, Anna's older brother. He wore a dark suit and carried a stack of documents. His expression was serious as always. In Anna's previous life, David had rarely spoken to her. They were siblings, but their relationship had always been distant. David glanced around the room. "The meeting is over." One of the managers answered quickly. "Yes, Director David." David's gaze moved toward Anna. For a brief moment, their eyes met. Anna felt her chest tighten slightly. Even after everything that happened in her previous life, she still cared about her brother. David looked at the presentation screen behind her. "You proposed this marketing strategy?" Anna nodded. "Yes." David studied her silently for a moment. Then he said simply, "Good idea." Anna blinked in surprise. David rarely gave compliments. Without saying anything else, he placed some documents on the table. "The board meeting is next week. Prepare a detailed report." Anna nodded again. "I will." David turned and walked out. But before the door closed, he paused slightly. Then he said without looking back, "You've improved." The door shut quietly. The managers exchanged curious looks. Anna sat down slowly. In her previous life, David had only started paying attention to her after the scandal began. But now something had changed earlier. She felt a small sense of satisfaction. Outside the building, across the street, a black car was parked near a cafe. Inside the car sat a man wearing a grey coat. Ryan Chen. He watched the entrance of Lin Group calmly. His assistant spoke from the front seat. "Mr. Chen, the investment meeting is scheduled for tomorrow." Ryan nodded absent-mindedly. His eyes remained on the building. After a few moments, Anna finally walked out of the entrance. Ryan's gaze sharpened slightly. There she is. Anna walked down the steps while checking her phone. She looked exactly the same as he remembered. But something about her felt different. More composed. More dangerous. Ryan smiled faintly. "Interesting." His assistant looked confused. "Do you know Miss Anna?" Ryan's voice was quiet. "Something like that." He opened the car door and stepped out. Anna was about to cross the street when someone suddenly spoke. "Miss Lin." Anna stopped. The voice felt strangely familiar. She turned around slowly. A tall man stood behind her. Sharp eyes. Calm expression. Ryan Chen. Anna's heart skipped a beat. She definitely remembered him. In her previous life, Ryan had appeared months later as a powerful investor who helped save Lin Group during its crisis. But she had never spoken to him directly. "Mr." Ryan smiled slightly. "Ryan Chen." Anna nodded politely. "Nice to meet you." Ryan studied her carefully. His gaze made Anna feel strangely uneasy, as if he were trying to confirm something. Finally he said slowly, "We'll meet again soon." Anna frowned slightly. "Have we met before?" Ryan's smile deepened. "Not yet." He turned and walked back toward his car. But just before entering, he glanced at her again. And said quietly, "But I know you better than you think." Anna stood there, confused. Something about his words felt strange. Very strange. Meanwhile, across the street, someone watched everything from inside a cafe. Lily Lin lowered her sunglasses slowly. Her expression was no longer sweet. It was cold. Her phone screen displayed the message Anna had sent earlier. "I'm busy today." Lily tapped her fingers on the table thoughtfully. Sister. Her lips curved slightly. You're acting very differently today. Her eyes narrowed. But that's okay. Because Lily already had another plan in motion. One that Anna didn't know about yet. And this time, the trap would be even bigger. The Lynn mansion stood quietly on the hill overlooking the city. In the evening light, the white building looked peaceful and elegant, the perfect home for a powerful family. But Anna knew the truth. Behind the beautiful walls, every smile carried hidden calculations. A long dining table was already prepared inside the grand dining room. Silver utensils reflected the warm chandelier light. Victor Lynn sat at the head of the table, reading something on his tablet. His posture was straight, his face calm and serious. Grace Lynn sat beside him, sipping tea gracefully. Across the table, Lily was scrolling through her phone with an innocent smile. Everything looked normal. But when Anna stepped inside the room, the atmosphere shifted slightly. Anna, you're late, Grace said gently. Her voice was warm, but Anna knew that tone very well. It was the same voice Grace used when pretending to care. Anna pulled out a chair calmly. The meeting ran longer than expected. Victor glanced up briefly. Work is important, but family dinners should still come first. Anna nodded politely. I understand, Father. The servants began placing dishes on the table. For a moment, everyone ate quietly. Then Lily spoke sweetly. I heard about your marketing plan today, sister. The managers seem very impressed. Anna looked at her. Yes, we had a productive meeting. Lily tilted her head. You've been very busy lately. Her tone sounded curious, but Anna could sense the hidden meaning behind the words. Lily was probing. In the previous life, Anna would have happily shared all her work ideas. Now she simply smiled. There's a lot to do at the company. Victor suddenly spoke. David mentioned your proposal. Anna paused slightly. He did. Victor nodded. He said it was well prepared. Grace raised her eyebrows faintly. Oh, that's rare praise from David. Anna felt something strange. In her previous life, her father had barely paid attention to her work. But now, he was listening. Victor continued calmly. If the results are good, I'll let you manage the new online division. The words surprised everyone at the table. Even Lily's smile froze for a second. Anna understood immediately. This opportunity had never existed before. Because in her previous life, by this time Lily had already started quietly discrediting her. But now that the evidence file was gone, Anna's reputation remained clean. Lily quickly recovered her smile. That's wonderful, sister. But her eyes had turned colder. Grace placed her fork down gently. Victor, Anna is still young. Maybe we should let Lily gain more experience as well. There it was. The first move. Grace always made her attacks sound reasonable. Victor frowned slightly. Lily already has her design studio. Grace smiled softly. But the company is the family's future. Anna watched silently. In the past, she would have panicked in this situation. Now she simply spoke calmly. If Lily is interested, we could cooperate. Everyone looked at her. Anna continued. The marketing project will involve brand design. Lily's studio could contribute. Lily blinked in surprise. She clearly hadn't expected that answer. Victor nodded thoughtfully. That could work. Grace forced a polite smile. Yes, cooperation is good for sisters. But Anna could see the small tension in her fingers gripping the napkin. The dinner continued quietly after that. Yet Anna could feel Lily's gaze on her several times. Like someone trying to solve a puzzle. After dinner, Anna walked into the garden for some fresh air. The night breeze was cool. She stood beside the fountain, thinking. Something had definitely changed. But Lily and Grace would not give up so easily. Just then, footsteps approached behind her. Thinking about something? Anna turned. David stood a few steps away. He rarely visited the garden. Anna answered honestly. Work. David walked closer. You handled dinner well. Anna raised an eyebrow slightly. You were listening. David shrugged. Hard not to. He looked at the fountain water quietly. Grace usually wins those conversations. Anna smiled faintly. Not today. David studied her face carefully. You've changed. Anna felt her heartbeat slow slightly. What do you mean? David crossed his arms. You used to argue emotionally. Anna remembered. In the past, she always tried to defend herself when Grace criticized her, which only made her look immature. Now she simply said, "People grow." David nodded slowly. That's good. He turned to leave, but paused. Be careful. Anna frowned. About what? David's voice became serious. Not everyone in this family wants you to succeed. Anna watched him walk away. Her chest felt strangely warm. Maybe. In her previous life, David had suspected something but discovered the truth too late. Inside the mansion, Lily stood behind the curtain of the second-floor balcony. She had seen the entire conversation in the garden. Her fingers tightened around her phone. Sister. Her voice was quiet. You really are different. But Lily was not someone who gave up easily. She opened her phone and dialed a number. The call connected quickly. Hello, Miss Lynn. Lily's voice became sweet again. Is the finance file ready? The man on the phone hesitated. Yes, but Miss Anna deleted the first one. Lily smiled faintly. That's fine. Her eyes darkened. Then we'll start earlier. The man sounded confused. Earlier? Lily walked back into her bedroom slowly. Yes. Her voice was soft but cold. Prepare the transfer records again. If the scandal happens next month instead of 3 months later. She looked at her reflection in the mirror. I wonder how my dear sister will escape this time. Meanwhile, across the city, Ryan Chen sat in his office. His desk was covered with documents about Lin Group. He studied one file carefully. At the top was a photo of Anna. Ryan leaned back in his chair thoughtfully. In the last timeline. He murmured quietly. This scandal happened in September. But something strange had happened today. His assistant entered the room. Mr. Chen, we received a report about unusual activity in Lin Group's finance department. Ryan's eyes narrowed slightly. How unusual? The assistant hesitated. It seems someone is preparing a financial transfer case, earlier than expected. Ryan slowly smiled. Interesting. He looked again at Anna's photo. Anna Lynn. If you really came back like I did. His voice became softer. Then the game is about to begin. Outside the window, the city lights flickered like stars. And somewhere within that city, 3 people who remembered a different future were quietly preparing for the same storm. The Lin Group headquarters was unusually tense that morning. Employees whispered quietly in the hallways. Several managers hurried in and out of offices with worried expressions. Something was wrong. Anna noticed it the moment she stepped into the building. In her previous life, the atmosphere had only turned like this much later when the fraud scandal exploded. But today, it was happening earlier. Anna's phone vibrated as she walked toward the elevator. A company-wide message had been sent from the finance department. Emergency board meeting, 10:30 a.m. Her fingers tightened slightly around the phone. So it's starting already, she murmured. Lily had moved faster. Much faster than before. Anna took a slow breath and entered the elevator. She had expected Lily to change her strategy after the missing evidence file. But accelerating the entire scandal was bold. Very bold. The elevator doors opened onto the executive floor. David was already waiting outside the conference room. His expression was darker than usual. Anna. She walked toward him calmly. What happened? David handed her a printed document. Someone reported suspicious financial transfers connected to your department. Anna scanned the page quickly. The numbers looked familiar. Very familiar. They were part of the same fraud scheme from her previous life. Except now the dates were earlier. Anna suppressed the bitter smile rising inside her. Anonymous report, she asked. David nodded. Sent directly to the board and several shareholders. Anna looked up at him. And you? David met her gaze. I want to hear your explanation first. Anna felt a small wave of relief. At least this time he was asking. In her previous life, he had only asked after the damage was done. Anna returned the document. It's fake. David didn't look surprised. Can you prove it? Anna thought for a moment. Not yet. Lily had clearly prepared this carefully. The conference room door suddenly opened. Grace stepped out. Her expression looked calm, but her eyes quickly moved between Anna and David. Oh good, both of you are here, she said pleasantly. The board is waiting. Anna followed them inside. The room was already full. Several senior board members sat around the long table. Victor Lin stood near the screen at the front. Lily sat quietly beside him. Her expression looked nervous and worried, a perfect performance. When Anna entered, several people turned to look at her. Some with suspicion. Some with curiosity. Victor spoke first. Anna. His voice was firm. We received a serious report this morning. Anna nodded calmly. I saw the document. Victor tapped the remote. The screen behind him lit up with financial records. These transfers moved nearly $5 million through accounts connected to your department. The room became silent. Anna felt Lily's gaze on her. Waiting. Watching. In her previous life, this was the moment she had panicked. She had tried to defend herself emotionally. And everyone had taken that as proof of guilt. But this time, Anna stepped forward calmly. May I examine the full data? Victor nodded. A tablet was handed to her. Anna studied the records carefully. The numbers were convincing. But Lily had made one mistake. A small one. She looked up. These transfers are indeed suspicious. Several board members frowned. Lily's eyes flashed with hidden excitement. But Anna continued. However, they were not approved by me. A board member leaned forward. Then who approved them? Anna turned the tablet around. According to the system log, the authorization came from an administrator account. David's eyes narrowed. Which administrator? Anna zoomed in on the data. The finance supervisor. A murmur spread through the room. Grace frowned slightly. That's strange. Anna nodded. Very strange. Then she looked directly at Lily. Especially since the supervisor reports directly to the brand department, which Lily managed. For a brief moment, Lily's smile froze. But she quickly recovered. Sister, are you suggesting my team is involved? Anna met her innocent expression calmly. I'm suggesting we investigate carefully. Victor looked at David. Bring the supervisor here. David nodded and left the room immediately. The atmosphere grew heavier. Several board members whispered quietly. Grace watched Anna closely. Her expression was thoughtful now, as if she were re-evaluating something. 10 minutes later, David returned with a nervous-looking man in his 40s. The finance supervisor. Sweat covered his forehead. Victor spoke sharply. Did you authorize these transfers? The man hesitated. Yes, but I was following instructions. Whose instructions? Victor demanded. The man glanced nervously around the room. His eyes briefly met Lily's. Then he quickly looked down. I can't say. Anna watched carefully. The fear in his face looked real. Someone had clearly pressured him. Victor's voice became colder. If you refuse to cooperate, you'll face legal consequences. The man's face turned pale. Just as he opened his mouth, Anna's phone vibrated quietly. A message appeared. From an unknown number. Ryan, the supervisor's wife, received a large deposit yesterday. Anna's eyes widened slightly. Ryan Chen. How did he know about this meeting? Another message arrived. Ryan, check account number ending in 7319. Anna immediately opened the banking data on the tablet. She quickly searched the number. And there it was. A large payment sent just last night. Anna raised the tablet. This account transferred money to the supervisor's family yesterday. Victor looked at the screen. Whose account is it? Anna zoomed in slowly. The owner's name appeared clearly. The entire room froze. Even Lily's expression cracked slightly. The account belonged to Lily Lynn Design Studio. Silence filled the room. Victor slowly turned toward Lily. Explain. Lily's face turned pale. I don't know how that happened. Grace stood up quickly. Victor, there must be some misunderstanding. But David's voice cut through the room. I'll verify the transfer personally. Anna placed the tablet back on the table calmly. Her heart was still beating fast. Without Ryan's information, she might not have found that connection so quickly. Victor's expression had become extremely cold. This meeting is suspended until the investigation is complete. Everyone slowly stood. But the damage had already been done. For the first time. Lily looked truly shaken. As Anna walked out of the conference room, her phone vibrated again. Ryan's message appeared. Ryan, nice move. Anna typed quickly. Anna, why are you helping me? Several seconds passed. Then his reply arrived. Ryan, because in the last timeline. Anna stopped walking. Her breath caught. Another message appeared. Ryan, you died because no one warned you. Anna stared at the screen. Her hands trembled slightly. Ryan Chen remembered. Just like she did. And suddenly the game had become far more complicated than she imagined. The Lynn mansion was unusually quiet that night. Normally, after a board meeting, the house would return to its usual calm elegance. Servants would move quietly through the halls, and dinner conversations would stay polite. But tonight the silence felt heavy. Word of the investigation had already spread inside the family. Anna walked slowly through the large living room. The chandelier above cast long shadows across the marble floor. She knew exactly what was happening behind the scenes. Grace and Lily were scrambling. In her previous life, Anna had been the one cornered and desperate. Now the roles had reversed. Just as she reached the staircase, a sharp voice called from behind. Anna. She turned. Victor Lynn stood near his office door. His face looked older tonight. Tired. Come inside, he said. Anna followed him into the study. The door closed softly behind them. Victor stood near the desk, looking at a folder of documents. For a moment neither of them spoke. Finally he asked quietly, Did you know about Lily's account before today? Anna answered honestly, No. Victor looked up. But you suspected something. Anna met his gaze calmly. I suspected someone wanted to frame me. Victor's eyes hardened slightly. You think your own sister would do that? Anna felt a bitter laugh rising inside her. Sister. The word felt almost ironic now. But she simply said, I think someone wanted me out of the company. Victor sighed deeply. This family has always been complicated. Anna said nothing. For a moment Victor seemed to struggle with something. Then he spoke again. Your mother was very different. Anna's chest tightened slightly. Her real mother had died when she was young. Victor rarely spoke about her. She believed family should protect each other, he continued quietly. Anna finally asked, Do you believe that too? Victor did not answer immediately. Before he could speak, the study door suddenly opened. Grace walked in quickly. Victor, we need to talk. Her elegant composure looked slightly cracked tonight. Victor frowned. We're already talking. Grace glanced at Anna briefly. This is about Lily. Victor's expression darkened. Then say it. Grace took a breath. The transfer from Lily's studio, it was a mistake. Anna almost smiled. A mistake. Grace continued smoothly. The finance supervisor asked Lily for help with a design contract. The payment was sent automatically by the accounting system. Victor's eyes narrowed. $5 million? Grace hesitated for half a second. An accounting error. Anna finally spoke. That's a very expensive error. Grace turned toward her. Her usual gentle smile had disappeared. Anna, accusations inside the family only make things worse. Anna crossed her arms calmly. I'm not accusing anyone. I'm only looking at the numbers. Grace stepped closer. And what if those numbers are wrong? Anna looked directly into her eyes. Then the investigation will prove it. The two women stood facing each other silently. Victor suddenly slammed his hand on the desk. Enough. The room fell quiet. Victor looked between them. This matter will be handled by the legal department. Grace's lips pressed into a thin line. But she nodded. Of course. She turned and left the room without another word. When the door closed, Victor looked tired again. Anna. His voice softened slightly. Be careful. Anna frowned. Careful of what? Victor hesitated. Sometimes the truth damages everyone. Anna understood what he meant. If Lily and Grace were exposed completely, the Lynn family reputation would suffer. But Anna had already lost everything once before. She wasn't afraid anymore. I know, she said quietly. Then she left the study. Outside in the garden, the night air felt cooler. Anna walked toward the fountain. Her mind replayed the events of the day. She had gained an advantage. But Lily and Grace would not stop here. Suddenly someone spoke behind her. You're thinking too much. Anna turned. Ryan Chen leaned casually against a tree nearby. She sighed. You appear everywhere. Ryan smiled. Only when you need help. Anna walked closer. About today, thank you. Ryan shrugged. I only provided information. Anna studied his face. Why do you remember everything? Ryan looked at the fountain water quietly. In my previous timeline. I met you during the company crisis. Anna remembered vaguely. Ryan had been one of the investors who saved Lynn Group after the scandal. You helped me, he continued. You believed in my investment when no one else did. Anna frowned slightly. I don't remember that. Ryan smiled softly. Because in your timeline, you died before we could work together. The words hung in the air. Anna felt a strange sadness. So you came back too? Ryan nodded. 1 month before your death. Anna looked at him carefully. So you decided to change the future. Ryan's expression became serious. Yes. Because the person behind your downfall, he paused, is more dangerous than you think. Anna's eyes narrowed. You mean Grace? Ryan shook his head slowly. No. Anna felt a chill run through her. If not Grace, then who? Ryan looked directly into her eyes. The real mastermind hasn't shown themselves yet. Before Anna could ask more, her phone suddenly rang. It was David. She answered immediately. David. His voice sounded tense. Anna, where are you? In the garden. You need to come to the office tomorrow morning. Why? David hesitated. Because someone just leaked the financial scandal to the media. Anna froze. What? David's voice became grim. The headlines are already spreading online. Anna's heart dropped. The scandal had gone public. Even earlier than before. And this time. Someone clearly wanted to destroy the Lynn family completely. Ryan watched her expression carefully. Bad news. Anna lowered the phone slowly. The storm is starting. Ryan nodded slightly. Then we should prepare. Anna looked toward the dark sky above the city. She had returned to rewrite her ending. But now she realized something terrifying. The game was far bigger than just Lily and Grace. And somewhere in the shadows, the real enemy was still waiting to strike. Morning came with chaos. News vans crowded outside the headquarters of Lynn Group. Reporters gathered behind barricades, cameras flashing as employees hurried into the building. Large headlines filled every screen. Lynn Group fraud scandal explodes. Chairman's family involved in million-dollar transfers. Anna stood in her office, staring at the news playing silently on the television. In her previous life, this had been the moment everything collapsed. The accusations had destroyed her reputation overnight. But this time, she was ready. Her phone buzzed. A message from Ryan appeared. The board meeting starts in 20 minutes. Everything is prepared. Anna replied quickly. Good. She turned off the television and walked out of the office. Employees stopped whispering when she passed. Some looked curious. Others looked nervous. But no one looked at her with the same accusation as before. Because the evidence had already started turning in her favor. Inside the conference room, the board members were gathered again. Victor Lynn sat at the head of the table, his expression colder than anyone had ever seen. David stood beside him, reviewing documents. Grace and Lily sat across the table. For the first time, Lily looked uneasy. The door opened. Anna walked in calmly. Victor looked at her. "We'll begin." He turned to David. "Report." David nodded. "Our investigation confirmed that the financial transfers were authorized by the finance supervisor under external pressure." He placed several documents on the screen. "Yesterday we discovered payments made to the supervisor's family." The board members murmured. David continued. "The money came from an account connected to Lily Lynn Design Studio." Lily immediately stood. "That's impossible." Her voice trembled slightly. "There must be a mistake." Grace also spoke quickly. "Victor, this situation is clearly manipulated." Anna finally stepped forward. "Yes." Everyone looked at her. Anna continued calmly. "It was manipulated." Lily's eyes brightened slightly. But Anna raised another document. "Manipulated by someone who wanted to create conflict inside the Lynn family." The room became silent. Victor frowned. "What are you saying?" Anna connected a laptop to the screen. Several new financial records appeared. These transactions didn't originate from Lily's studio. Grace's expression changed. Anna zoomed in on the data. They were routed through multiple accounts before reaching the supervisor. David leaned closer to the screen. "Who controlled those accounts?" Anna turned slowly. Her gaze stopped on Grace. "The same person who manages the Lynn Family Investment Trust." Grace's face went pale. Victor stood up slowly. "Grace." His voice carried dangerous calm. "Explain." Grace forced a small smile. "Anna, you're making a serious accusation." Anna shook her head. "I'm presenting facts." She displayed another document. 3 weeks ago, someone transferred money from the family trust into shell companies. The screen changed again. And those companies sent payments to the supervisor. Grace's hands trembled slightly now. Victor's voice hardened. "You manage the family trust." Grace tried to speak. But Anna continued. "The goal was simple." She looked around the room. "Frame me for fraud, create a scandal, and weaken the Lynn Group stock." Ryan suddenly walked into the room from the back. Several board members turned in surprise. Victor frowned. "Mr. Chen?" Ryan placed another file on the table. "My company has been tracking suspicious short-selling activity connected to this scandal." The board members immediately leaned forward. Ryan continued calmly. "Several investors were preparing to profit from Lynn Group's stock collapse." He looked directly at Grace. "And those investors are connected to Grace Lynn." The entire room erupted in shock. Lily stared at her mother. "Mom." Grace's calm mask finally shattered. "This is ridiculous." But Victor's voice cut through the room like ice. "Enough." Silence fell instantly. Victor looked at Grace with deep disappointment. "You used this family for your own financial scheme." Grace tried to defend herself. "I did it for Lily's future." Victor's expression turned cold. "You nearly destroyed the company." Security guards entered the room. Victor spoke without hesitation. "Escort her out." Grace's face twisted with anger as she was taken away. Lily collapsed back into her chair, shaking. Tears filled her eyes. "I didn't know." Anna looked at her quietly. For the first time, Lily truly looked like a frightened younger sister instead of a rival. Victor sat down slowly. The room felt heavy with silence. Finally he looked at Anna. "You saved this company." Anna didn't answer immediately. She remembered the rooftop, the betrayal, the fall. Then she said softly, "I only protected what belongs to the Lynn family." Victor nodded slowly. For the first time in years, his voice sounded gentle. "Thank you, Anna." Later that evening, Anna stood on the same rooftop where she had once died. The city lights glittered below. But tonight the wind felt peaceful. Ryan walked up beside her. "You really rewrote the ending." Anna smiled slightly. "Not alone." Ryan leaned against the railing. "So what will you do now?" Anna looked out at the city. In her previous life, revenge had been everything. But now the future felt wider. I'll rebuild the company. She glanced at him. And maybe start trusting people again. Ryan smiled. That sounds like a good plan. Anna looked up at the sky. The past had been painful. But it no longer controlled her. This time, her life was truly her own.